8 years old, couple cane posts sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot, y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. And Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it and give myself 5 more minutes. 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10-9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it and give myself 5 more minutes. In '86, my grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished, just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Yeah, sometimes this old life will leave you wishing that you had 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in the star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my show. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon. We just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would've told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. Wait for me to come home. Loving can heal. Loving can mend your soul, and it's the only thing that I know. I swear it will get easier. Remember that with every piece of you. And it's the only thing we take with us when we die. We keep this love in its photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts were never broken, time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the
your heartbeat where I should be. Keep it deep within your soul. And if you hurt me, well that's okay baby. Only words bleed inside these pages. You just hold me, I won't ever let you go. When I'm away, I will remember how you kissed me under the lamppost back on 6th Street, hearing you whisper through the phone, wait for me to come home. Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. You get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. I'm gonna make this place your home.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days, that they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I lived. Every broken bone, I swear I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I lived.
I'm gonna need you to raise your glass. I don't care what you put in it. Here's the nights that you can't take back. We live hard, but we love to laugh. And we all thought that we'd get rich fast. Hopped the plane out for greener grass. Found out the greenest cash don't compare to the friends that last. See, we won't forget where we came from. This city won't change us. We beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where we came from. This city can't change us. We beat to the same drum, the same drum. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. So here's to the cheap sunglasses, Red Bull and minivans, and people who had your back when the world didn't understand. See, we won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where we came from. The city can't change us. We beat to the same drum, the same drum. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. still be raising our cups to the same damn thing. Oh no, this city won't change us. 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 Won't change us. Hey! La da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. We always find our way back home. Yeah, we always find our way back home.
So this is what you meant when you said that you were spent. And now it's time to build from the bottom of the pit right to the top.
Good evening. On behalf of the Jackson Local Board of Education and Superintendent Mr. Christopher DiLoretto, welcome to the Jackson High School virtual commencement for the class of 2020. I am Jeff Crocker, a member of the Jackson High School class of 1997 and the very proud principal of the class of 2020. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Abigail Lair is the daughter of Cynthia and Ronald Lair and is attending Central Michigan University. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Abigail Lair.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
As you know, over the past 4 years, the members of the class of 2020 have excelled as participants in academics, the arts, and athletics. But more importantly than that, they have grown into young adults that are caring, compassionate, dedicated, and hardworking. They have provided us with so many exciting and proud moments and have genuinely been a joy to be around each and every day that they have graced the hallways of Jackson High School. This group of students will be missed greatly by our staff and will be hard to replace as they have contributed so much to our school and community. The class of 2020 has been an instrumental part in maintaining a positive school culture as they became the examples throughout our school building for caring, kindness, and respect towards everyone. I want the class of 2020 to know that they will always hold a very special place with me whenever I reflect on the many proud moments that they have provided and our time together these last 4 years. It has been an honor and a privilege to see you through these last 4 years, to celebrate with you as the first class to graduate in our front loop, and to be your principal. At this year's graduation, we continue the tradition of having students perform and speak to represent and reflect on their years with Jackson Local Schools. Our student performance is by 8 very talented musicians from the class of 2020. Greg Baker is the son of Shannon and Michael Baker, is on bass and vocals, and will be attending Ohio University. Luke Goris is the son of Lisa and Mark Goris, is on trombone and vocals, and will be attending the University of Cincinnati. Spencer Humbert is the son of Melissa and Eric Humbert, is a tenor saxophone and vocals, and will be attending The Ohio State University. Ethan Macon is the son of Beth and Zeb Macon, is on trumpet and vocals, and will be attending the University of Cincinnati. Logan Peters is the son of Megan and Stephen Peters, is the lead vocalist, and will be attending Kent State University. Nathan Snyder is the son of Jeannie and Dan Snyder, is on piano and will be attending The Ohio State University. Zach Tates is the son of Michelle and David Tates, is on baritone saxophone and vocals, and will be attending The Ohio State University. Justin Williams is the son of Sarah and John Williams, is on drums, and will be attending The Ohio State University. Ladies and gentlemen, these student performers have been a part of many amazing performances in their 4 years at Jackson High School and take great pride in performing for you this evening. Tonight, they will perform the song So Very Hard to Go by Tower of Power.
Ain't nothing I can say, nothing I can do. So bad, yeah, I feel so blue. I got to make it right for everyone concerned. Even if it's me, if it means it to me, what's getting burned? 'Cause I could never relate. I couldn't do that, girl. Only wish I didn't love you so. Makes it so very hard to go. So very hard to go. 'Cause I love you so. I love you so. I can't blame you for what you're doing to me, girl, even though my heart is. The dreams have all come true, just the way you planned. So I'm gonna step aside, and let nothing change. 'Cause I could never make you unhappy. No, I couldn't do that, girl. Only wish I didn't love you so. Makes it so very hard to go. So very hard to go. 'Cause I love you so. So very hard to go. I love you so.
Our student speakers this evening are Zachary Buckler and Maria Mitri. Zachary is the son of Lori Ann and Bart Buckler and will be attending the University of North Carolina. Maria is the daughter of Lama and George Mitri and will be attending American University. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zachary Buckler and Miss Maria Mitri.
Hello JHS seniors, families, and friends. I'm sure this isn't the way any of us expected to be graduating, but it's still important to recognize all that we've accomplished, as individuals, as a class, and as a Jackson family. This might not be the traditional end to a senior year, but as a community, we have found and will continue to find creative ways to come together and celebrate. First and foremost, it's important to thank every staff member at the high school. Each one of you played a formative role in a student's life, and have served us as mentors, advisors, and confidants. And to the families of JHS seniors, thank you for always supporting us, loving us, and being there for us. The class of 2020 has had a unique, difficult, but formative 4 years at JHS. From sometimes mundane everyday classes to eventful jogs in the bog, our high school experience has been contradictory and sometimes confusing. But through it all, we never lost sight of what we wanted to accomplish, and those supporting us never let us forget how much we were loved.
We entered JHS as beady-eyed freshmen, excited by the fact that we would get to have our backpacks with us all day. When we were sophomores, we began to find our place in the high school, whether that be on the track, in the band room, playing on the field, or on the stage. We'd begun to settle into our niches. By the time we were juniors, the true reality of the responsibilities that come with age started to set in. We drove ourselves to school, took on a more challenging course load, and perfected our student profiles to impress future employers, colleges and universities, and the military. We began our senior year overwhelmed by the life-changing decisions that were to come. Whether or not to attend college, how to finance such a commitment, and getting numerous applications submitted on time. Our second semester, though, was going to be marked by lifelong memories. As seniors, academic responsibility significantly decreased with the start of the second semester, and we knew that this meant a significant increase in fun activities.
And while these rites of passage have been robbed from us unfairly and by circumstances out of our control, we have persevered. The funny thing about crises like this one is that they bind us together. In times of strife or need, the class of 2020 has never shied away from a challenge, uniting behind the common background that we all share. We see this everywhere in our community, from the Adopt a Senior project to the messages of hope chalked on sidewalks, social media challenges meant to recognize everything we take part in. These all exemplify the outpouring of support from each and every member of the graduating class towards one another. Life is always bigger than the small things that divide us, and our class has proven time and time again that we can always have each other's backs.
Indisputably, the class of 2020 has overcome, in our adolescence, a wide range of challenges that generations before us had never experienced in their entire lifetimes. This time of instability and uncertainty, more than any other, is challenging us.
But something that brings us great comfort and optimism is the nature of our generation. A generation of doers and change makers, the generation that stood up to injustice and fought for what they knew in their hearts to be right, and above all, a generation that made their voices heard.
With each crisis and tragedy that strikes, it becomes clearer that it is the youngest of us who can create the most change. Our generation is often criticized as being entitled, lazy, or self-absorbed, but this student body alone is evidence to the contrary.
We are the most creative and adaptive generation in history. We do what we know to be right. We know that the path to change might be difficult, but that never stops us. We work with a purpose, and always think 3 steps ahead, aiming high and almost always meeting the mark.
We believe that we deserve better, and we are not afraid to create the world that we dream of. We've seen the shortcomings of the generations before us, and we refuse to be satisfied with cynicism. We are the generation that said, not one more. The generation that said love, not hate. And the generation that said, being complacent is being complicit.
When we reflect upon this temporary challenge, we will instead remember the way our community came together.
The birthday car parades, socially distanced conversations in the park, and the many ways that people in Jackson Township have found to recognize and commend this graduating class. We must and we will remember the good. Matches won, tests aced, inside jokes with teachers, and review game wins met with bonus points or candy.
From kindergarten to our stunted senior year, we've laughed, cried, failed, and succeeded in the halls with one another. In our next challenge, the challenge of life, this will be no different. The family that we have built among each other is stronger than distance, stronger than strife, and certainly stronger than COVID-19. Together, we will persevere.
And emerge having created a better world, not only for us,
but for the generations that follow.
Thank you. And again, congratulations.
At this time, I would like to introduce the members of the Jackson Local Board of Education and our administration that are so very proud of the class of 2020 and wish them all the best. Mr. Tom Winkart, Mr. Scott Gindelsberger, Mr. Ken Douglas, Mr. Christopher Goff, Mr. Christopher DiLoretto, Mr. Barry Mason, Mrs. Monica Myers, Miss Donna Jeffers, Mr. Joe Knopick, Mr. Matthew Zeiters, Mr. Dan Michael. At this time, I would like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Christopher DiLoretto.
Hello, class of 2020, moms and dads, family and friends. It is with great honor that I get to speak to you, even though I cannot do it in person. The effects of this pandemic have weighed heavily on my mind for the Jackson local schools, especially for our graduating seniors. We could focus on what is happening now and what this year's senior class did not get to experience in the last 9 weeks of their senior year. They will not attend a traditional graduation ceremony. They will miss senior awards night and prom. They would also not be able to participate in spring sports, concerts, and many other after-school activities. Instead, let's put the focus on what the class of 2020 has accomplished in spite of a stay-at-home order that put these young women and men on a very different senior path than they ever could have imagined. The 2020 seniors have shown grit through the challenges they faced due to circumstances out of their control. Through their courage and resolve, their character has carried them through to the end. Members of this class are why Jackson was named again by the U.S. News and World Report as a top high school in our nation, as well as in our state. This class has earned approximately $5.8 million in scholarships. 273 have participated in an athletic program. 304 of our seniors have participated in extracurricular activities that include Honor Society, clubs, the School of the Arts, JAGS, band, choir, and the Freshman Mentor Program. 92% have committed to a 2- or 4-year college, and 8 members of this class have committed to serve to our country in the armed services. Class of 2020, you will take your place in history. Of that, there is no doubt. Your parents, grandparents, and teachers can describe in detail where they were, who they were with, and what they were doing at a pivotal moments in our nation's history. Events such as 9/11 and the current pandemic are not meant to define us because of what we can no longer do or how our lives are changed. These events cause us to look at life through a different lens, figure out what we can do, and not dwell on what we cannot do or what we have lost. We must look for the silver linings. You are digital natives who are ready for e-learning. You are afforded the chance to increase your strong skills in technology by accessing online curriculum, instruction, and assessment. This may be the world in which you will continue to experience your education and the world of work. You also had the opportunity to spend quality time with your families, help younger siblings with schoolwork, play board games, take long walks, or cook for your family. Activities such as these afforded you the opportunity to strengthen family bonds. Many of you even continued your community service through volunteerism, making masks and delivering food to needy families. Class of 2020, you have shown your resilience by pursuing and attaining your education despite these unusual conditions. You were knocked down and promptly stood up. Dr. Wayne Dyer put it well when he said, "With everything that has happened to you, you can either feel sorry for yourself or treat what has happened as a gift. Everything is either an opportunity to grow or an obstacle to keep you from growing. You get to choose." You clearly have chosen to grow. For all that you have accomplished, despite life's normal setbacks, let alone a pandemic. I applaud you. Continue to develop your resilience to all that life is sure to bring your way. You're up to the task. You've prepared well. You know right from wrong. You care about your fellow human being. You have worked hard, learned well, and demonstrated your abilities. You will thrive. We send you off in this non-traditional way with full confidence that because of your unique setbacks, you will change the world for the better. As you march forth into the next phase of your journey, remember the words of the Roman poet Horace, who said, "Adversity has the effect of eliciting talents which in prosperous circumstances would have lain dormant." We are expecting great things from you. Make your parents and your alma mater proud. Congratulations to each of you. Good luck, and go Bears.
Thank you, Mr. DiLoretto. At this time, I would like to introduce our Board of Education President, Tom Winkart.
To the Jackson High School class of 2020, I'm Tom Winkart, President of the Jackson Local School Board. On behalf of the members of our board, I would like to extend our sincere congratulations to each of you on your high school graduation. Your graduation is one of your most significant achievements in your young lives, not just for what you've accomplished, but more importantly, for what your high school experience has helped prepare you to do in the future. Whether it's higher education, military service, or the start of your career and later your families, these last 4 years should give you many of the tools to carry forward long after you walk away from the Jackson Commons. This year you've successfully competed toe-to-toe with the very best in the classroom, band and choir performance halls, speech and debate stages, and on athletic fields and courts. These accomplishments, victories and defeats, along with the lessons learned from all, are because of you and are now part of you. These competitive opportunities and accomplishments prepared you for the immediate reality of the events and circumstances you've experienced over the last several weeks associated with the COVID pandemic. Your senior school year and most all of the spring events that you should have experienced were cut short as we all watched the world shut down. I am truly sorry that you missed spring sports, senior prom, graduation parties, and the culminating events typically experienced at this time of the school year. One thing is certain, you will never forget what was happening in the world, our great country, and our community at the time of your high school graduation. Although this is certainly not the end of your senior year that you had been anticipating, these last couple of months have forced an opportunity for you to gain many unforeseeable positive experiences. You were able to spend a great deal of time with your families, away from the many distractions that have become all too common in our routine lives, just before you begin the next chapter of your life. You experienced full-time online learning, which may very well prove an essential skill in our post-pandemic workplace. I've witnessed at our house a Jackson student, an Ohio State student, and an Akron Law student participating in online learning like each of you. We also have a son and daughter working at Price Waterhouse, a son-in-law working for NBC, and our son's girlfriend working for Boston Consulting Group, all remote full-time here in Canton, with no date certain for 5 of them to move back to New York City. This may very well be part of a new age work life, and each of you have gained a valuable experience in preparing you for this reality. You, like all of us, were told what we could and couldn't do, and had many of the experiences that we all take for granted taken away from you. While none of us like this, you have grown as a result of this adversity, and you've developed a level of fortitude in you that will prove to be an important part of your formation. Embrace these times and use them to make yourself a better, stronger version of yourself and to help influence those around you in the same way. Regardless of these circumstances, this is a time of recognition and celebration for each of you and for your families. It's also a time of mixed emotions for your mothers and fathers. They've been supportive in each of the exams you've aced and the tests you've failed, the games you won and the games you lost, all of the thrilling victories and painful defeats, and your time in high school with them is now complete. Please take a few minutes the next couple of days to tell your parents and grandparents how thankful you are for all that they've done for you, for the wonderful gift of your life, for all their support and guidance. Tell them how much you love them for all that they have been for you. As a school board member, I think graduation is the most fulfilling time of our school year as we get to celebrate you, the most senior class among our 6,000 students. On behalf of all of the supportive parents here tonight, I want to thank Mr. Crocker and the administrators at the high school, together with our inspired elementary, middle school, and high school teachers and our dedicated staff for working so hard this year and the previous 12 years to educate you at the highest level in Ohio. I also want to sincerely thank our superintendent, Chris DiLoretto, our assistant superintendent, Barry Mason, and our guys watching over, Eric Escola, Eli Rivera, Frank Gagliardi, and Bob Schaefer, for their ever-increasing vigilance to keep our kids safe. Former United States Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. said, "A mind stretched by a new idea can never go back to its old dimensions." Our high school teachers that bring their best every day stretch the minds of our students with new ideas and fundamental principles. I want to thank our teachers for all that they have done for each of you. As you graduate, you reflect the foundation you've received from your family and your friends, your teachers and coaches, and certainly reflecting all of your hard work over the past 4 years. Tomorrow, each of you will be a high school graduate. Tomorrow, you begin the lifelong journey building your future on this high school foundation. I believe that it is your attitude about this journey that will define the quality of your life and the ultimate happiness you will realize in it. I know many people who enthusiastically approach their lives with great energy and positive attitudes, and through both their disappointments and their accomplishments, they realize true happiness along the way. Conversely, I've witnessed individuals that have achieved much in their lives but who are unhappy, for they've failed to enjoy the journey. I encourage each of you to seek out mentors and role models to help you form the next phase of your lives. Find people that are what you want to be and then do what they do. If you want to be a successful college student, surround yourself with kids that are doing it every day and learn from them. If you want to become a successful college athlete, look at your teammates and opponents that are competing at the level that you want to compete at and practice like they practice. If you want to become a great employee at your new company, seek out the best employees and figure out how to do what they do. And perhaps most importantly, when it's time for you to start your family, look to your parents and also find other parents of good families and parent the way they parent. I know each of you want and deserve happiness for yourself and for your families. So look at the lives of people that are happy and use them as mentors and role models. I promise they will want to help you. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the flip side to the importance of positive mentors and role models. I can't stress enough the need for you to avoid negative people. You will quickly see that many people you come in contact with can be very negative, constantly complaining and using excuses as to why things are not better. These people will exhaust your energy if you allow them to. Be intentional in your efforts to avoid and minimize your contact with negative people. I ask each of you to remember us here in Jackson Township. This community has been a great place for you to grow up, and I truly hope you consider returning to raise your families here. The Timken Company, Altman Hospital, the Jackson Local School District, and so many other local employers need the best steel workers, engineers, accountants, medical professionals, and teachers available in the world, and they're always looking for the best available talent, which I believe each of you represent or will represent. So after you've had your experiences in New York, Dallas, or Chicago, remember what your childhood was like and consider raising young polar bears back home here in Jackson. So my challenge and prayer for each of you is that you continue to stretch your minds with new ideas and that you live with the passion, integrity, faith, and fortitude with a positive attitude that allows you to experience true happiness and peace through your inevitable challenges, as well as your great achievements. In all you do, be brave and true. Jackson High School, hail to you. Once again, on behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations to you and your families on your high school graduation, and may you continue to be blessed with great successes in your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Winkart. It is now my honor and privilege to present the class of 2020 for the moment that family, friends, and graduates have been waiting for, the announcement of the graduating members of the class of 2020. Mr. DiLoretto, all of those that received diplomas the evening of May 28th have completed the state of Ohio's required graduation pathways and have successfully completed the course of study recommended by the state of Ohio, prescribed by the Stark County Board of Education, and the Jackson Local Schools Board of Education. I present to you Jackson High School's graduating class of 2020. Our school counselors will now announce the members of the graduating class that they have worked with throughout their time here at Jackson High School.
Claire Aboud, Sarah Abrams, Joseph Ackerman II, Madison Adams, Lauren Addis, Ethan Adkins, Sophia Adolph, Rania Ahmad, Brianna Ake, Jacob Allman, Carson Allen, J. Paul Anderson, Brooke Andrews, Isabella Arnold, Olivia Ash, Gregory Baker, Martin Bakich, Sophie Balcom, Andrew Barnes, Kaylee Barnett, Olivia Barr, Jason Barrera, Abigail Bartholomew, Emerson Baumel, Nathan Baumel, Brett Buffet, Hunter Bollier, John Bennett, Mary Grace Bentavania, Adam Bershan, Victor Bernai, Haley Betts, Robert Bever, Michaela Biskin, Erica Blaha, Kate Blackroad, Andrew Boggs, Lori Bachman, Erica Bordenkirscher, James Bostick III, Jace Boudreau, Liberty Bounce, Chloe Boyce, Alexa Boyer, Michael Bracchio Jr., Maximus Broningham, Elise Breen, Emily Breen, Matthew Brown, Charlotte Broncala, Justin Bruss, Zachary Buckler, Adam Budd, Olivia Lazinski, Olivia Bonaspina, Madison Birch, Rebecca Burgard, Kent Burns, Nathan Busen, Ethan Butine, Jacob Byers, Kyle Campbell, Jillian Cardy, Alex Carmona, Adriana Cicchini, Carnevere, Chahal, Madeline, Chapman, Ellie, Chevalier, Raven, Chilton, EJ, Clay, Ethan, Clevenger, Carter, Klein, Austin, Cochran, Jacob, Cochran, Alyssa, Combs, Nina, Condon, Aaron, Converse, Alexandria, Cooper, Megan, Cooper,
Brianna Covert, Tyler Crawford, William Cunningham, Kiera Cutting, Jonathan Seifert, Danielle Dager, Victor Dalton, Anna Dara, Andrew Dock, Hunter Davis, Maria DeCellis, Jacob Dempsey, Marin Dempsey, Jack Dennis, Danielle Derrick, Joshua Dickens, Carrie Ann Deese, Elizabeth Dillon, Jason Dionisio, Jessica Dion, Madison Dolan, Ethan Drukenbrod, Paige Drukenbrod, Grace Dunn, Mackenzie Dunn, Haley Durr, Madison Erlenbaugh. Dakota Eckenrode. Alexandria Ekman. Mackenzie Eckrement. Catherine Edwards. Jesse Emer. Carlos Elias. Hannah Elias. Aaron Essig. Haley Evans. Madeline Evans. Bianna Falcone. Casey Favre. Alex Fernandez. Rachel Fiore. Derek Fiorentino. Lauren Fisher. Alexander Blasheriou. Brianna Flood. Nicholas Flory. Emma Fonte. Grant Ford. Jeffrey Fowler. Benjamin Bravada. Connor Frazier. Lauren Friedley. Ethan Frost. Joseph Fuchs. Haley Garby. Logan Gardner. Jordan Geisberger. Colin Galil. Nathan Gillum. Chase Guisti. Angelina Globacar. Giovanna Globacar. Ian Glosser. Luke Goris. Miranda Gray.
Sean Green.
Benjamin Gregory. Timothy Grimes. Jenna Gump. Rylan Halter. Thomas Ham. Adam Hamden. Joshua Hamilton. Taylor Herring. Elizabeth Harkness. Cassidy Harkness. Lexi Harlow. Marcella Harper. Emma Hartong. Brooke Harvey. Elizabeth Hastings. Karen Hastings. Sarah Hatcher. Jake Hawkins. Hunter Hayden. Cameron Hayes. Jaden Heck. Trevor Helmick. Quentin Hendrickson. Chase Hensel. Riley Hepler. Kaylee Hill. Gabrielle Hillier. Douglas Hines. Hannah Hosoffel. June Hooper. Zoe Husick. Nathan Hughes. Braden Humbert. Spencer Humbert. Jacob Huziak. Benjamin Himes. Liliana Irahita. Christina Jackson. Colette Jacobo. Amanda Jodon. Carly Johnson. Spencer Johnson. Trent Jones. Justin Keekley. Austin Keller. Kyle Kerner. Aya Kawaja. Laith Kawaja. Gianna King. Nathaniel King. Ethan Knight. Vincent Knowlton. Rachel Kolaritz. Logan Komlodi. Kelly Kurlinski. Paula Kyle. Abigail Lair. Mia Lamiel. Alexander Lanktot. Devin Landis. Kayla Langford. Abigail Lawrence.
Trent Legier. Victoria Leach. Sebastian Lenzer. Owen Lepsky. Rachel Lesneski. Jacob Lococo. Blake Lutens. Luke Lorenz. Sydney Lovaglio. Elizabeth Lowe. Jessica Lowmiller. Jaylee Moss. Talon Mattern. Grant Majori. Sabrina Mages. Nathan Malcolm. Amy Millette. Isabella Malone. Lauren Marshall. Matthew Marshall. Katie Martinez Ayala. Jacob Martsaklis. Ashita Mather. McKenna Mauser. Ethan Macon. Jack Mayfield. Dylan Mazon. Alexandria Mazziata. Hunter McAfee. Joe McAuliffe. Jackson McClure. Brock McCoy. Megan McDaniel. Michael McDaniel. Samuel McFadden. Claire McKelvey. Adam McLaughlin. Jennifer Medley. Alexis Monona. Lily Murtis. Sydney Middleton. Darian Miller. Simon Miller. Taj Miller. Keegan Minard. Morgan Minner. Jesus Morales Quesada. Maria Mitri. Brianna Montini. Joshua Morse. Katora Morris. McKenna Morrison. Eleanor Morrow. Chandler Mueller. Nick Mumfield. Hayden Murphy. John Murphy. Savannah Murphy. Lauren Muskoff. Shreya Nagajyothi. Lilia Nakanechny. Zaid Nashawati. Ethan Nasvati. Matthew Nadelk. Simon Nelson. Ty Nelson. Billy Nelson. Bailey Nemeth. Carly Nesbitt. Morgan Newman. Lindsay Nolan. Dominic Novak. Angel Ensure Nguang. Helena Nakudo. Shane O'Brien. Shay O'Connor. Sean O'Hara. Michael Oyster. Alexander Olson. Monica O'Neill. Ian Osborne. Evan Pammer.
Om Patel. Divya Patibandla. Camille Patton. Eric Paulhart. Jansen Paulus. Christina Paxos. Blake Pearsall. Connor Pearsall. Kendra Pelk. Logan Peters. Christian Peterson. Kathleen Petro. Braden Phillips. Natalie Phillips. Grace Powell. Madison Powell. Jack Primack. Abby Pruitt. Ashton Pugh. Jonathan Randall. Grace Rank. Olivia Rado. Heath Ray. Spencer Ray. Grace Reed. Alexander Regas. Hayden Riyad. Avery Retone. Kelly Ritchie. Clayton Ricker. Camden Reese. Samantha Rizzoletti. Catherine Ritchie. Rihanna Ritter. Isaiah Roberts. Ryan Roth. Dakota Rohr. Joshua Romans. Victor Rosario. Alexander Roth. Connor Rozenek. Maria Rozenek. John Rosemeisel. Dylan Ryan. Jacob Ryan. Hannah Sadie. Emma Sales. Samuel Salerson. Therese Salamone. Tristan Sanderson. Ashish Sangar. Hannah Sossaman. Grace Saylor. John Shario. Braden Sheets. Brandon Schlegg. Yavina Schlegg. Ryan Schlitzer. Lauren Scabetta. Sydney Scabetta. Jesse Sedlock. Emma Seibert. Giovanna Sekulik. Audrey Seymour. Ethan Seymour. Catherine Seymour. Matthew Seymour. Ainsley Shanks. Aaliyah Shamali. Victor Schott. Alicia Singh. Jacob Seiner. Nathaniel Sisson. Isabel Sleznick. Rachel Sleznick. Brian Smale. Adam Smith. Benjamin Smith. Cullen Smith. Emily Smith. Justin Smith. Rayleigh Smith. John Smithberger.
Zachary Smoley. Allison Snyder. Nathan Snyder. Ethan Soltis. Casey Spencer. Stephanie Spencer. Connor Spoonmore. Natalie Spuler. Hannah Stanich. Avery Starcher. Jaden Stevens Burton. Jacob Stout. Rachel Strahan. Gavin Strickland. Evan Streifler. Andrew Sullivan. Grant Swinehart. Abram Sikora. Kyle Tallman. Zachary Cates. James Tavlone. Patrick Twill. Grace Taylor. Peyton Taylor. Trent Thompson. Kayla Tompkins. Bradley Tonjes. Evan Tormasi. Randall Torrance. Nathan Trussell. Benjamin Sy. Angela Tu. Kevin Tucker. Laura Tucker. Alyssa Baccaro. Megan Valentine. Emery Vance. Nathan Van Gorder. Jesus Vergara. Gabriella Verginis. Andrew Vernon. Thomas Vesey. Jessica Vickers. Cody Victor. Christopher Vogt. Chloe Bugren. Alexis Walker. Cecilia Walsbrod. Carly Walsh. Casey Walters. John Walters. Aiden Wanzer. Jared Washington. Grace Weaver. Logan Webster. Peyton Wenzel. Megan Westfall. Kennedy White. Emily Wiley. Israel Williams. Justin Williams. Andrew Wilson. Mitchell Wingard. Donald Woodward. Caitlin Wolbert. Andrew Weiss. Christos Xanthopoulos. Dorian Yost Eddy. Emily Zabinski. Isabel Zablo. Alexandra Zainin. Jacqueline Zanoli. Verna Zhu.
Please stand and join the Jackson High School Band and the class of 2020 in the singing of the Jackson High School alma mater. Seniors, on the count of 3, you will move your tassel from right to left. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you our newest group of alumni, the Jackson High School class of 2020.